Yo, 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 yo. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Ah! Yeah, I am late. I'm late as hell, but goddamn, a late as hell. Goddamn, I'm a goddamn late as hell, boy. What up with y'all, boys? Late ass no, yeah, late ass no occasion, boy. What up with y'all? Yeah, sure. Ah. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? What's up? No, I would just the reason why I'm just trying it on here just so it can just be easier. Nah, no playback. I'm about to go ahead and hit the promo. Also, oh, let me see. Sometimes I need you. If I'm not mistaken, there we go. There we go. Uh, can y'all see the screen too? Hold on, let me see. I gotta make sure I double check. Okay, y'all can see it, yeah. All right, chat. Chat. Bit. 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 Let me double check. Let me get this shit situated, boy. All right. So we are here because we got some things to react to, things to watch, things to participate in. So shout out to the 283 out there. Y'all can see everything perfect, good, smooth like. What's up with y'all? Oh, fuck niggas. All right. Sorry, we got everything situated. Rep bet ready to go. No. You put that there. Put that right there too. Ooh. Ooh, be smooth now with it. Ooh. Oh no, that's there too. All right, bet. So let's. Let me see. Make that bigger. Yeah. Make that bigger too. Yeah. All right, bet. Check. Bet. Check. Check it out. Check it out. All right. Bro, I'm just here for a good time. Maybe a long one too. All right, bet we can flip it back and forth. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the. I think we got like two. How many people got in here? Shout out to 340 people in here. We just here to talk about basketball, talk about some hoops, you know, some shit like that, and really get this shit going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tight shit. How y'all doing today? Mary, can y'all hear this too? Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Yeah, I know I sound drunk. All right, chat. A couple of things we got to do. First and foremost, will this be a VOD afterwards? Absolutely, of course it will. But also not only will it be a VOD, but also we're gonna chop it up, make some content afterwards. You know how we give it up over here. Bro, fuck all the bullshit getting into it. Fuck all the bullshit, bro. Fuck all the bullshit. All right, first, what I'm gonna do is NBA bracket. I'm gonna do like a fake bracket that don't really count, but if it's right, I'm gonna act like it gonna count, and then after that we'll get into watching these videos and shit like that and reacting. You know what I'm saying? Um, Actually, on some real shit. You know what? No, don't even. I'm not even do that. I'm not even doing that. No, I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing that, bro. I'm not even doing that, bro. Fuck it, bro. I'm not even doing that. You know what I'm about to get into, actually? Let's just start with the drama, bro. Let's just start with the drama, bro. Let's start with the drama. Apparently, this is actually ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is the most outrageous shit imaginable. This is the most ridiculous shit imaginable right now. What up, what up, what up? I had to slide on Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was some bullshit. I was so floored that he even dared say some dumb shit like that. I was actually just genuinely floored when he said some shit like that. I was like, bro, please just shut the fuck up, bro. Hold on. There we go. All right, there we go. That's better. I was so floored that Isaiah Thomas had to say some dumb shit like that. But apparently, well, let's get straight into the shenanigans. If you missed out, you missed out. Apparently,
man, I absolutely love this shit.
Can y'all hear this? Let me know y'all can hear it. Bro, I need a haircut. We gonna get the haircut Wednesday. Bro, apparently, they still at it with the shit, bro. They still at it with the shenanigans. Did y'all hear what they just said? You heard a little bit of it? All right, man, perfect. The audio was good. Now, I will say this. If I had known that this was going to develop this way, if I had known that we were going to get to this point where niggas was going to get upset, all in their feelings, and just start yapping, bro, I would have never done this. That's a lie. But apparently, if you're not caught up on everything, the last little bit of the Jeff Teague and Brandon Jennings, Gilbert Arenas kind of back and forth ended off. What is this? Who's this?
This is real shit. You know what's crazy? I felt that when we played. I'm like, Jeff, I don't think Jeff fucked with me. Everything I wanted to do, this is doing. It's starting as a rookie.
Okay.
Man, I absolutely love this shit.
So the most recent thing is that apparently, Jeff Teague saw, and this just so happened to be pop right here, Devontae Frigga brought out Lou Williams and Brandon Jennings. BJ apparently was terrible defensively. Jeff Teague called him out. And then after that, I was back on stream with them on playback, and they still doubled down that Jeff Teague would not be able to keep up him on a one-on-one. But then apparently Jeff Teague and them was on the stream with Gil. Jennings came in and was talking crazy. I just want to see what this is like. I just want to see how nasty it is. Because apparently this shit is terrible, bro. They getting real disgusting.
Yeah, shout out to Ty Lawson, man. He was just like, hey, I ain't saying that to Jeff and Luke. They've been too quiet in his own situation.
Whoa, what just happened? What just happened? What the fuck? Bro, what? Chat, I'm moving like I'm like mad old right now. Bro, I'm not old. I don't know why. They just flip this? What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck? Bro, why am I moving like I'm mad old right now? What the hell? All right, I think we good now.
Man, I absolutely love this shit. Shout out to Ty Lawson, man. He was just like, hey, I ain't saying that to Jeff and Luke. They've been too quiet in his own situation. He said, I'm just keep going to Brandon. He said, them niggas too quiet.
Yeah, he said, I ain't talking enough. He on BJ ass, though.
Ty be talking shit?
Oh, yeah, he on BJ ass.
Shout out to Ty Lawson, man. I already got footage of him. They made a whole fucking reel about me buzzing his ass.
Lord Jesus.
I'm just saying.
College and NBA?
Nah, I mean, I don't even remember him in the league. I don't remember playing him in the league. I ain't you trying to throw shade. I know he was good. I know he was good, but I don't remember playing him in the league really. But I remember college.
Hey, he got busy in Denver for sure.
Nah, yeah, he got the biggest deal out of us after them first 4 years. Ty was nice. I just don't remember like having a game against
moments.
Yeah. Because they team was, they was on the West. Me and Brandon was on the East, so we played more times. But
yeah, they had a whip, boy.
Oh yeah, they had a squad.
Ken Fareed, yeah, they had a whippy over there for sure.
Yeah, they had a squad.
I just like the competitive.
Hey nigga, you might not remember, but I certainly didn't forget. And if you did, we can figure it out real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying, chat? We can get real specific with this shit. Ty Lawson didn't really pop off until later on. Very, very short amount of years. Like a very finite amount of like years where Ty Lawson got busy. But let me see if Ty ever did anything crazy against the Hawks. I don't think he did though. I don't remember anything crazy either. Damn, just one game against the Hawks this year, overtime, 2012. Teague, ooh, no. 2 for 8? 2 for 8 in 46 minutes? Okay, maybe that's not the best one. Maybe that's not the best. Maybe that's not the best year. Hold on, maybe that's not the best year. That's a fucking crazy year. Ty got a little busy again. Hold on. What'd you do, Teague? 4 for... Shit, bro. Fuck. Oh, man. Okay. Hold on. Maybe there was another game you played better in. Let me see this one. Fuck, bro. I see why you remember none of these games. Hey, I see why he don't remember none of them. I see why they all just as tough, bro. Why? That's kind of crazy. Nah, you had some of them stinkers, boy. Damn, 0 for 12 for Ty Lawson. Good God almighty. 0 for 12. All right, Teague. All right. 9 for 16 is a good one, though. 9 for 16 is a good one. Yikes. Bunch of mid.
All about this because everybody ain't taking it too serious. But I like that everybody popping that shit because at the end of the day, y'all all was the best of the best in y'all class, and that's the fire shit about it.
Yeah, but all that's cute, but niggas got to get some straightening though.
Yeah, we got to. But Brandon, out of everybody that's talking, he talking the most, but like he didn't really win at all. Like everybody else played on like winning teams and shit like that. He was pretty much a loser his whole career.
Damn. Oh my God! Nah. That's nasty. Nah, that's nasty. Nah, that's crazy. Are we talking like that? Nah, chat. Nah, that's crazy. Nah, that's a crazy way to talk right there. I can't even hold you. That's crazy to talk. That's just some nasty shit to say. Nah, that's crazy. But is he lying though? Let me stop. You can't say that and then say like y'all made the playoffs. So both of y'all in the playoffs in your rookie year. I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy though.
He was like on bum teams all the time. Like
he wasn't.
He made the playoffs that first year. They was a 6 seed. After that, he was on bum teams. Like I was never on bum teams besides I got to Minnesota. After that,
I seen my boy hooping with they ain't the other lefty that was raw when we was kids. They was playing in some little league. Brandon he out there really playing basketball again, like hitting all these tournaments and shit. I said, oh shit. He tried to will himself back in shape.
Hey,
Shit dead, man.
Oh my god.
Shit dead, man.
And Gilbert had to be dying because he done said BCB that he said, show me these bums they playing against. He said, these ain't bums.
Hey, Gil. Hey, Gil. Because you can do a lot of talking too, Gil.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to call your ass out.
Yeah.
Into the portal,
I'm gonna beat Gil ass. Then I'm gonna beat Brandon. Gil, you gonna be my warm up game. I know that knee don't work, so I ain't gotta do too much. Then I'm gonna
Oh
beat
my
Brandon.
god.
Matter of fact, I told him Dre could beat him because he was like, ain't nobody over 40. I don't know how old Gil is or whatever. And I was like, I got
They
nigga.
around the same age.
Yeah, I was like, Andre can beat him. I know Andre can beat Gil right now.
Well, that's going to be a hell of a game, boy.
Gil can't move for real.
Fuck. Ayo. Both to BJ and Gil, you have to respond to this. Cause he not even like, it's not even a game no more. This nigga straight up saying, bro, y'all niggas really weren't like that. Calling somebody a loser, that's crazy. A loser? No, that's tough. A loser's crazy. You might be better than me. You might be able to get me over one. You may have won more than me, but calling me a loser? Nah, you gotta see him. You gotta see him. You gotta see him, bro. Gil can't move. Y'all saying Gil can't move? I ain't starting nothing. I don't know how I started something. Loser's crazy. Loser's some shit that I would imagine a nigga say on like PC or some shit like that on Player's Choice. An NBA player calling you a loser, bro, I take that personally. He gonna have to see me after that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, AL Teague, bro, if you lose to this man, that means that you lost to a loser, bro. That's kind of tough, my nigga. You not now for a fact, you can't lose to him. You without a doubt cannot lose to him. Because if you lose, you've now lost to a loser. How the fuck you lose to a loser? I don't think you're gonna lose, but if you do lose, that means you lost to a loser, my nigga. That's tough. That's tough. But I don't think he's going to lose, Chad. I don't think he's going to lose. I'm not saying he's going to lose. I'm just saying you can't lose. Because if you do lose, that means you lost to a loser. Not saying he's going to, but if you're going to call somebody a loser, you better not lose. Because you know what's worse than a loser? Y'all know what's worse than a loser? From here on forward, what's going to be worse than a loser is Jeff Teague if he loses to a loser. I don't want that to happen to Teague. I don't want Teague to be the one to define what's worse than a loser. That's going to be tough. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. That's crazy.
We
bro.
seen this. We seen the
Dre
tape.
called him out too. Dre was like, we played in the Big Three, bro.
Nah, I mean respect. You know,
We ain't saying Dre.
We'll stick
I'm talking about right now.
We'll rock with the home team.
I'm rocking. I'm rolling.
You know what I mean? If need be, you know, always. But I'm saying, damn it.
B-Hen is like, B-Hen is exactly how I was. B-Hen is like in the middle where he realized like, all right, niggas is getting spicy and they talking real reckless right now. I gotta readjust what I'm saying because niggas really jumping off the cliff on this one. They really, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really compose yourself. You gotta gather your bearings when niggas start talking crazy. Because what you didn't realize, like, oh, you might have to see me in real life, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really committed to this like that. Hey, this is cool and all, but I'm not committed enough to call another nigga a loser. I'm not that committed. I'm not that committed.
Hold on.
I'm rolling. Dre will be. I'm rolling.
Be here for the way because you know what I'm saying. He just had a matchup with AO.
Yeah, and I
Ayo
mean,
a year older than what's the name? Too?
And he a year older than Gil, and I'm taking AO.
AO is in better shape than Gil.
Yes.
But Gil be playing so much, bro.
No, he don't. Gil do not play.
I think Gil is playing, bro.
He baiting him.
He pulling a fast one, bro.
Man, I seen that knee. I played Gil when he had number 9.
I know, but Gil
I
can
played
afford
Gil when he was in Orlando. I was very comfortable.
Look, I'm rolling, but I'm saying Gil got enough money to afford that drug to go on your knee.
People got now. We never question his money.
That'll give you a good 40 minutes.
I don't think Gil got it no more.
He got that.
I don't think Gil got.
Hey, because I'm going to tell y'all niggas right now, ain't nobody drug testing in a 1v1. Hey, if Gil need to get that knee right, that knee gonna get together. It's gonna get together. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Gil need to get that knee right, it's gonna get together, dog. And I'm gonna tell you, if there's one thing, chat, if there's one thing I know Gil is not gonna not do, that nigga Gil got the money to do whatever the fuck he want. Gil went from being a nigga with a podcast to a full-blown streamer. This nigga got Kai's stream set up now. Just for the fuck of it. Nigga got like 7 different cameras around his house. He got 13 different monitors. You would have thought he had a whole surveillance team. No, this nigga just wants to stream, bro. He just want to stream. So push come to shove, just to prove a point. Oh, trust me. He gonna get that shot, and I ain't talking about no old Zempic, my nigga. He gonna get the shot to get that knee on point. So you may think he ain't got a knee. He might be playing like he ain't got a knee, but if he need that knee, he gonna get that knee. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gonna do it. He gonna go get that knee.
See, Dre, that's the difference. I don't want them cheating against you, Dre. They're cheating.
I don't think
We need a PED test before the game.
The only one that really got it over there still is like Rashad McCants. I wouldn't tell nobody to play him.
Yeah, Rashad is.
Yeah, because when he was in the big 3, he was getting active.
Yeah,
Yeah, they showed the highlights of him and they going back and forth.
I like what Teague is doing. He's playing mind games because Teague also knows on the set, just as competitors, they got back and forth over there. So Teague knows I can sit here and downplay both BJ and Gil, but boost up Rashad, and he knows McCant's gonna let it be known to everybody. Y'all heard what Teague said? I fuck when I'm watching from Teague. This mind games, I fuck with it. Now I fuck with this. I fuck with this heavy.
Yeah,
Rashad was on the yard at Rikers.
For sure.
Yeah, he was on the yard at Rikers. For
rest
sure.
of them over there, Nick Young, a coach now. He don't hoop no more. He quit every time. That's my dog.
Coach Swaggy.
He do. I don't know, but I think they can still hoop. For sure. This type shit.
He probably still can get buckets, but
yeah, one-on-one.
Yeah, so that's his.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, before saying J.R. Smith, no, these one-on-ones, that's different, bro. That's skill for skill.
Yeah, Nick Young was nasty.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, niggas like him and shit, who else was cold in one-on-one?
And they prom who winning the ones between Nick and J.R. Smith. That's a dream matchup for me. It's two of my favorite players, but who winning that?
Probably J.R.
I'm going to go with J.R. I don't know. Nick Young was cold.
That'd be a hell of a game.
It would, but I think Nick is going to settle for the J.
J.R. going to shoot a lot of them motherfuckers, too.
I was going to say, it ain't going to be no drive. It's going to be all pullback threes.
But I think J.R. give more effort on defense. And I think J.R. beat Nick off the dribble and punch on his ass. Even though Nick Young is a freak athlete for sure, that's very underrated about his game, by the way. He was a freak athlete coming up. But his game is way more chill than JR's, bro. JR going to the hole and windmilling under the rim, bro.
That'd be a great matchup.
Nigga, they're not 27 anymore. Hey, they do some shit like that about 10 years ago, but they not doing that shit now. I do feel it, though. I do feel it.
Man,
That'd be a hell of a matchup.
That's something I see. I would honestly rather see that than Beasley and Lance.
I just seen, but I'll never forget that Christmas Day game, bro. When Nick Young was icing on Bron and them, bro. That's why I was like, yeah, if he could do that against them, bro, Jared might have a tough time.
Nick Young was one of them. Nah, he could score that bitch.
There's a lot of one-on-one players during the league that was really didn't look like they can get 30 a night, but on that one-on-one shit, it's an open gym. They'd be the best nigga out there.
Somebody brought up Monte Ellis recently. I said, yeah, Monte Ellis is somebody a lot of people would not want them runs with, especially in his prime. Yeah.
Bro, I remember I seen that nigga all the way back when we was in high school, bro, score 52 in the AAU game. All to know that this nigga averaged 50 in high school.
He's so fast.
This nigga averaged 50.
You want to hear something funny that make y'all laugh? You know how you do your NBA comp? I had my interview, right? And you do the draft and interview process. They was like, who you think you play like? It's so funny. I was like, yeah, I'm like a Lou Williams and a Monte Ellis type of player. Ain't that some shit? Why the fuck would I compare myself to these two niggas?
Crazy.
That is a crazy comparison. I fought with a confidence though, but that's a crazy comp. Monte Ellis and Lou Williams, nigga, that is like the quickest ball handler I've ever seen in my life. That's a crazy comp. That's an absurd comp.
Yeah.
I said, why am I saying? All right, Lou is a year older than me.
Look, yeah, and Monte, nigga.
And Monte a week
Monte,
older than
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about Monte Ellis, Lou. This how long them niggas was in the league.
yeah, that's
But I'm
crazy.
thinking they
was
much older
already
than me.
vets by the time you got there.
I'm thinking they that much older than me. These niggas is a year older than me.
Yeah, they was already vets. They was already 4 years in.
Yeah, and I'm talking about,
Literally.
I'm a Lou Williams, Monte Ellis type of player.
But kinda though.
In high school, in college, I wasn't. I played like
Yes.
them.
Oh, for sure, Monte.
But I'm like, when I met him, he like, yeah, I'm 38. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm 36. What the fuck?
My player comp is somebody in my same grade.
Yeah, like, nigga,
Nah,
I'm
for
looking at
real.
nigga the same age as me. Ain't that some
Yeah,
shit?
cause both of them shit. Lou 05. I thought Monte was 04, but he might be 05 too. JR is 04.
They the same year.
Yeah. That's a hell of a comparison though.
But to say that and not realize when you say
Y'all
it,
just
like,
played in high school together.
yeah, nigga, like when I thought about it, like after it was over, like years later, I'm like, damn, these niggas the same age as me.
Did they say, "Oh, okay, Teague"?
They was just like, when I said it, I was just thinking, like, I wasn't even thinking they was like, I thought they was 5, 6 years older than me. You know what I mean? They like, when
That's
I
what
said
I'm
the
saying.
man was like, well, you're definitely gonna see them for a long time coming.
"Oh, okay."
Then I was,
Yeah, you are. All right, man. This has definitely gotten much more. This shit then really went off the realms. Who's my comparison? Shit, bro. I'm smooth like a variance between Robert Tractor Trailer and Kwame Brown. Smooth. A little bit of Sean Kemp in there too. A little bit of Sean Kemp. Not the Seattle Supersonics Kemp. The nigga who had weight problems and was a fat ass at the end of his career and just doing nothing but jump shots. A little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? That's me right there. That's me. That's me all day. That's me all day. That's me all day. All right. Nah, I think I'm a better passer than Kendrick Perkins. I would like to believe that. I think even right now, I think at his absolute best, I think I could pass the ball better than Kendrick Perkins. I'm not even joking. I dead ass think I can do that. Skip Bayless. Let's get to this. Skip Bayless Jubilee shit, dog. Some of y'all niggas tell me about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cavaliers Kemp. You know what I'm saying? I'm about Cavs Kemp. Definitely not Seattle, but Cavs Kemp. Apparently Omar is, my brother's getting like this massive amount of hate. I have no idea what's going on with Omar. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas right now, whatever Omar be doing, like stop, y'all be trying to like lump me into whatever the fuck he decides to say. I have no idea what Omar be saying. Not to say I disagree or agree with it. I just don't know what he be saying. I truly don't know what he be saying, bro. So y'all be sitting here saying like, ooh, I don't know. I have no idea what Omar's saying. But I be saying like, people be like putting my name next to Omar. I'm like, bro, I don't know what the hell he's saying, bro. I don't know why y'all think I agree with everything he's saying just because that's my brother. I don't understand that. But also it's funny when every single time somebody be like, oh, y'all are brothers? That should be also funny. All right, we have Skip Bayless, Jubilee, 1v25 NBA/NFL fans. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know who any of the NFL shit. So please forgive me if I skip through that. But let's get into it. Now, they also be fair. I watched some of this in the attempt to react on Foot on the Line, but I got through and I was like, yeah, no, I gotta just watch the whole thing.
24-7. What do you think of that one, Skip? Tell me, come on, buddy.
I think we're going to go in the direction of Stephen Curry. And I'm going to point out one word.
Steph Curry?
He was throwing balls to his receivers, hitting them in the helmets and stuff like that, and they weren't catching the ball.
What the fuck is this nigga doing? Bro, no way this nigga is sitting here dressed head to toe with this shit on, bro. No fucking way, bro. Sometimes this shit is not that serious. And I get paid to talk about sports. And even I don't do this shit. I get it. You're dedicated. But my nigga, like, no.
It's 31-9. I'm Skip Bayless. I've been a sports commentator for many years on ESPN and on Fox. Now I host the Skip Bayless Show on YouTube. Right now, I am surrounded by 20.
I gotta just check something real quick. Skip Bayless Show.
Here.
10K, 11K, 700, 1.4, 1.5, 6.7, 9, okay. Yeah. You're irrelevant, Skip. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we made him irrelevant. And he's willing to do any and everything to try to get back to relevancy. Very important to highlight this thing, because if we're gonna make assessments on if we're gonna make assessments on how good the league is in the sport based off of ratings, I'm gonna start doing the same shit to other people's shows. I'm gonna go to your show, I'm gonna go look at your numbers and your viewership, and I'm gonna go figure out, well, why is it that we can make assessments on if the league is good or not based off of viewership, and I can't do the same thing for you. So that's what I'm gonna start doing moving forward. This is FYI.
And I wish each and every one of you the best of luck today, because you're going to need it. My first claim is Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time.
You already know for me it's Kobe or Kareem, but I don't think it's Magic. But I think it's Kobe though.
You're lucky, Skip.
I know you.
Bro, this nigga has shoulder pads. Also, I don't like. I can already tell for a fact that it's a bunch of people who just want to argue for the sake of argument, who may not be that informed. This nigga has shoulder pads on. Jesus Christ.
You're lucky, Skip.
I know you think Magic is the greatest Laker of all time.
I do.
Skip, I think it's Kobe. I think the game is about a bucket at the end of the day. I think the priority is scoring the basketball. Kobe did that better than Magic. I think both of them were very, very transformative in what they did for the Laker franchise and the NBA in general. And I would give it to Kobe, because of his scoring prowess, and also, of course, how transformative he was and how many players he inspired.
Look, I take nothing away from Kobe's ability to score buckets, get buckets, because nobody was greater in the history of the game. Magic did transform the franchise, because remember, Kareem had been a Laker for 4 years doing next to nothing until Magic walks in the door in 1980.
It was definitely longer than 4 years, but already getting information incorrect, but okay.
And turns them around and gets them all the way to a Game 6 at Philadelphia in the finals, in which Kareem could not go. And I believe Magic Johnson that day at Philadelphia that evening played the greatest NBA game of all time, greatest playoff game, because he goes as a rookie for 42, 15, and 7 with 3 steals. He makes 14 of 23 shots and all 14 of his free throws, and lifts the Lakers over Dr. J's Sixers to a championship, and he's off to the races. Now let's look quickly at Kobe.
That is a very, very, very strong claim to make, that was the greatest game in NBA history, especially knowing that Bill Russell exists. Because I would probably argue that Bill Russell in his rookie year has like really impressive final series, especially Bill Russell in his rookie season, just so y'all can see. Let me make sure this is on. Yeah. What am I looking at the same shit? What? Why is it just doing that? What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Bill Russell in his rookie season went up against like Bob Pettit.
Again, no disrespect.
I don't know. This is a very. I would assume. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a very impressive game. Okay, maybe so. Bill didn't have that many great scoring performances, so that's fair.
But I feel like Kobe was obviously Robin to Batman in the three-peat with Shaq, because Shaq dominated those three finals the way no players ever dominated an NBA finals to me, including Jordan. That's why I think Shaq is the second greatest Laker of all time. And in those finals...
What the fuck are you... This is the shit I don't understand how, if your whole argument on greatness is dictated off of how many championships you can win, right? I don't even know how you would even dare compare somebody who doesn't have as many championships as other players in the same breath. Also, this is the other problem I have with so many people when it comes to these arguments, is that it effectively just comes down to this 7-game series at the end of a postseason run, at the end of an entire season, without putting into context who you're matching up with. This is the reason why, Shaq being able to just go out there and dominate bum-ass players in the finals, and you think that is anywhere near close to comparison to what somebody else may have had to done, I think is ridiculous. But Magic and then Shaq is crazy to me. That makes no sense at all.
Finals, Kobe was good, but he wasn't close to the production that Shaq was equaling. So then Shaq, they fall apart. They lose to the Pistons, obviously, 2004, and he's gone, traded away to Miami. And here we go. So Kobe, without Shaq, misses the playoffs the first year. Then they lose to the Suns in the first round, and he has the pout game in Game 7, and it was hard for me to forgive him for that. And then they lose to the Suns in the first round the next year, and then they lose to Boston in the finals. In the closeout Game 6, Kobe is horrible in that game, and they lose by 39 points at Boston. I can't defend that. They broke through and beat Dwight Howard's Magic. It was supposed to be LeBron's Cavs, so I thought that was a little overrated. And then even...
So how... Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! So it's overrated to beat the Orlando Magic, who at that time had one of the best defenses in the NBA. Dwight Howard, by far, is a far better player than Reggie Miller Pacers back in the day when Shaq was dominating that team. And again, one of the best defensive units that we've seen. Kobe went up against arguably the greatest defensive team in NBA history post the Boston Celtics, led by Bill Russell, with KG and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, that 08 Celtics team. Then had to go up against another all-time great defensive team with Dwight Howard, and then matched up against the Celtics again, albeit not the same defensive ceiling because KG wasn't the same player, but an amazing defender, and they won. They won those series. They won it. So I don't understand this argument about what is it? If you're gonna sit here and try to trash what Kobe accomplished by saying that the competition wasn't stiff enough, then everything you just argued about Shaq is fucking irrelevant then. Everything you just argued about Shaq is irrelevant because all the teams that Kobe faced on the back end of his career are all better than what Shaq had to face in the early 2000s in the finals. It's significantly better. This not making any sense. It's not making any sense at all, bro.
When they did beat Boston and get over the hump in Game 7, Kobe was 6 of 24 in that game. So I don't know. I agree with your big picture, but when I go little picture of playoff performance without Shaq, I'm sorry.
That's not little picture. To be completely clear, he missed the playoffs 1 year on a rebuilding team. The next 2 years, he gets knocked out in the first round by teams that are substantially better. This is the thing that also bothers me. If your argument is about you lost in the first round, I know you don't give a fuck about that shit because you don't hold Michael Jordan to that same standard. You don't. This is right now. Skip Bayless is like the quintessential reason to why GOAT debates are so irrelevant and why people shouldn't have them, because people have a hard time being consistent on how they define what greatness is. Now all of a sudden, getting knocked out in the first round by far superior talent is somehow a knock against Kobe when comparing him to Magic Johnson and Shaq. God forbid we bring up the fact before Kobe actually emerged, I don't know what the fuck Shaq was doing with LA, because it certainly wasn't getting to the finals. Congratulations to Shaq to making sure he led them to the finals in 2000. But in 2001 and 2002, bro, Kobe was producing on par, if not in some series, greater than Shaq to even get to the finals. And Shaq openly admitted himself, that if it wasn't for Kobe's ability to close games, close series, help him out down the stretch of games, bro, they would not have made it. So this argument also, like, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna get into this, bro. If you're gonna sit here and criticize players from shying away from free throws, from not being able to close a series, from late game situations, from being clutch, because that's a huge argument to what you take away from LeBron. I don't understand how in the hell you could ever then turn around and say Shaq of all players would be higher than Kobe. That makes no sense. Zero zilch nada. But you don't care. You don't care about the consistency of how you define greatness. You're just making this shit up as you go.
I totally understand what you're saying, and I think Magic was extraordinary. And to be
how the fuck do you totally understand what he's saying? Oh my God, fuck. Please don't be a bunch of yes men kissing this nigga's ass for the totality of this run. Please don't.
Rookie and start at center in the finals as a point guard. I mean, we've never seen that before. I don't know if we ever will. And yeah, he was terrific. He was splendid. He won his championships. Of course, Kobe got his. And I understand you picking out these individual games and years and teammates and everything. And I think, you can really do that with anyone. And I think it's important to look at this.
So do it to Magic. Holy fuck! What are you here for? What are you here? What are you here for? You here to just pat him on the back and suck his dick while he gives his takes? Like, oh man, you did such a great job, Skip. Fuck, I understand everything you're saying. You did such a great Skip. You did such a great job. God damn, Skip, you did an amazing job. Just suck him off. Fuck, you did such a great job. And the way you brought up all the Kobe shortcomings, you couldn't do this to anybody else. And I could do this to Magic Johnson, such as the tragic Johnson situation, such as Magic's inability to make any all-defensive teams, such as the fact that Magic got to the finals 9 times and has 4 losses. If you give that much of a fuck about LeBron losses, I wonder how you feel about Magic Johnson losses. But you're not bringing any of that shit up, bro. What is the point? What is deadass? What's the purpose? What is the purpose of bringing people on if they're not prepared to debate for a debate show? What the fuck are we doing right now? Holy.
The big picture,
Kobe's mystique was bigger than Magic.
Holy fuck, Gabe in the chat. Low axe, he know, I don't know what the fuck this means. Low axe, I'm assuming you're saying low axe like he knows everything, shaking my head. That's not everything. Everything I just said is common knowledge. It's common knowledge. And I don't act like I know everything. I know for a fact I know enough to debate somebody. And I would never in my life try to go debate somebody on something and I don't know anything about it. I probably wouldn't show up because I would give an inaccurate representation of the counter arguments. The fact that Skip is now attempting to make an argument in favor of him because he doesn't know what the fuck to say lets you know that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be rushing to a chair. Matter of fact, the name of the game is to put up as many flags as possible to take this person out of the chair. Please get him the fuck out of the chair, bro. More people need to be raising their flags. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
But if you look at Magic's productivity, how he changed a culture that both Shaq and Kobe benefited from piggybacking that culture, I'm going slightly Magic over Shaq, Shaq over Kobe. Good job, Jack.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.
That wasn't a good... Oh, fuck. This is going to be a long video. Holy fuck. Okay. You rushed there, so please be prepared.
So, Kobe Bryant, 20 years with the same team, 18 All-Stars, 15 All-NBA, 12 All-Defense, MVP, 2 Finals MVPs, 5 championships, And even though he's done all of that, I think what makes him the greatest Laker of all time, it's different than what makes a player the greatest player of all time. Because like LeBron's not the greatest Heat player of all time, that's Dwayne Wade. So it's not just are you better, like are you greater, it's what you've done for that city and that franchise. And I would argue it, I love Magic, I grew up on Magic, but when you watch...
It feels like you grew up more on Kobe, right?
I'm older than I look, honestly, but Magic, when you saw him on the court, he was like the greatest showman, right? He's a performer, charisma, a smile, the flashiness, showtime, right? Kobe, when you saw him on the court, it was like watching your brother, you know, your sibling or your uncle or something, your son.
All right, guys. All right, we're gonna wrap this stream up, bro. What the fuck? All right, good night, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. Holy fuck, bro. What the fuck am I watching? Oh my god. Oh man. I love Kobe. I love Kobe. Never once in my life did I think to myself, I am watching my brother or a sibling of mine. Bro, I thought I was invested. This nigga is ultra invested. Holy smokes, dog. Oh my god.
Because he had this fully realized character arc. He was a rookie, he failed, you know, not drafted by the Lakers, but we got him, you know, early. And the air balls, you know, and then the rising to prominence, 2000.
He was just 18 years old, but go ahead.
Yeah. But 2000, taking over in the finals after Shaq got hurt, after Jalen Rose shadily sprained his ankle, and then he came back, and then, you know, he got him back with the 81 later. And then the championships, and then there was another, he went through kind of a villain arc.
He did.
You know, there was like Colorado.
There was Colorado.
All the down years.
Good. Like it.
If you're a fan, Kobe's with you that whole time. And I actually didn't like Kobe early on. I was mad when they started playing him over Eddie Jones, like early days. And you went through all of that, and Kobe.
This is actually a pretty solid argument. The fact that he's saying is just I still wouldn't compare him to my kin, but I understand what he's saying. He's effectively just saying the level of emotional investment that you have with Kobe is the reason why he is the greatest Laker of all time. And I would very well argue, outside of Kobe, I would assume that Magic is the only other player in that capacity. And for a fact, Shaq, this is the reason why Shaq isn't in any of these conversations. And the way he even led this argument is pretty important as well, saying that as dominant as LeBron was, he's still not viewed as the greatest Heat of all time, right? He's not the greatest player in Miami Heat culture because there's a level of connection that people had with D Wade way more than they had with Miami, way more than they had with Shaq or Alonzo Mourning or even LeBron, despite the fact that LeBron was better than Wade when they shared the court with one another. This is a very important. This is a good point because there is a level of emotional connection that people have with Kobe that I personally do believe is a bit unhealthy at times, but it does lend itself more into why people look at what you call it. You know what I'm saying?
He just won you over. That's why there are more than 350 murals of Kobe in LA.
Okay, so you're making the case that Kobe is dearer to your heart than Magic was. He has a bigger place in your heart. And I'm making the case that Magic had greater impact consistently than Kobe had because Magic was the...
Well, what happened? Whoa, the stream got sniped?